Well, maybe the Supreme Court realizes that none of those people have a job unless there is a Constitution that exists that they can rule on. And if we get presidents, either this president or the next or the one after that, who determines that we don't really need it because he has a pen, then there's no reason for law, there's no reason for a Supreme Court, and then it's every man for himself. But that's there's a word for that. It's called anarchy.
Also, you know, Kevin, we're supposed to have a balance of power in this country between the legislative, the executive, and the judicial branches of our country. And it seems like more and more that judicial branch is trumping the other two branches of our government. Yeah. So, geez.
They're supposed to read the law and interpret it in very, very difficult circumstances when you have two cases, diametrically opposed to one another, both seem to fit or not fit the law, and that's when you bring in the A-team to make a ruling, and that ruling always has to bring us back to the protections of the U.S. Constitution and the freedoms that it guarantees. But too often we have a president who's willing to challenge the Constitution and a Congress that doesn't care. And that results in so much work going before the Supreme Court where they end up basically making the law. But that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Well, it's interesting, Kevin, that these recent rulings have been so unanimous that in past history, so many of the rulings coming down from the Supreme Court were split on 5-4 decisions. So anyway, in these last few rulings coming down, I really think that we're getting back on the right track in this country. At least I like to think so.
There's a pendulum that swings back and forth, and it's as far to the left as I've ever experienced in my life. So any movement now has to bring us back toward the center and back toward common sense. And if it wasn't for shows like this, Rick, Conservative Commandos radio show, WNJC 1360 AM, there's a lot of people would never know the truth. They wouldn't have the balance of information they need. If you take a look at CNN's website, there's major stories they have not yet touched in 2 and 3 weeks. There's chaos at the southern border. Has not been mentioned at CNN.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
There's an astounding scandal with the IRS. Not mentioned at CNN.
Wow, that is incredible. Hey, Kevin, we are up against a break, and we are going to take that break right now. And you're listening to the Conservative Commandos radio show with Kevin Wade and Rick Trader, coming to you live from the CCR studios, that of WNJC 1360, our flagship station in Philadelphia, the way we do Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern, and around the world on the internet via our internet broadcast partners, CPRWorldwideMedia.com, PatriotsRide.org, VigilantLibertyRadio.us, and don't forget you can now hear our show anytime, day or night, from any telephone by calling 832-999-1199. Today's show, like all our shows, is brought to you by the First Amendment and protected by the Second.
Oh, how I'm longing for the day when I'm back at Orchid Bay, where the silver water glistens in the sun.
When is the last time you raced a small boat across wide open water? Tired of snow, traffic jams, cold weather? You need a refreshing change of scenery, a world away. The Bahama Islands have vacation rental homes and apartments. Enjoy spectacular nature in the Abacos Islands. Enjoy refreshing Caribbean beauty, fishing, snorkeling, scuba, the beach. www.enjoyabaco.com. That's ABACO. Enjoyabaco.com.
As I sail across the sea of Abaco, smiling 'cause I know only one more mile to go.
Enjoyabaco.com.
What does it take to be the leader in production systems technology? To be the one company that solves production problems at any plant, for any product, and with any technology? It takes a 30-year record of success. It takes total mastery of complex technologies with a history of delivering success every time, without fail. Only one company can claim that high ground in manufacturing line optimization, data automation, and systems integration, and that's Philadelphia Control Systems. In factories worldwide, Philadelphia Control Systems programs, software, and engineering solutions deliver optimal performance and output flow with a record that can't be matched. Any plant, any product, any technology. Philadelphia Control Systems, the leader in production automation since 1982. 800-335-9811. PCS4automation.com. That's PCS, the number 4, automation.com.
Hi, this is Bob Vide, owner of Bob's Little Sports Shop in Glassboro, New Jersey. I've had the opportunity to travel in many foreign countries, and I've seen what happens to people when they lose their freedom. I wrote this poem. Give us freedom was the cry as they marched throughout the night. At Concord Bridge in Trenton, for freedom they would fight. To build a nation that would last with peace and liberty, it is a job that's never done if we are to be free. They wrote a declaration to announce that we are free, then a constitution for all the world to see. But this is ink on paper. We must make it last. It must always be defended, and that is quite a task. Today the battle rages for freedom in our land. To save our Constitution, we all must take a stand. We must stand up for freedom in our actions every day, and you can stand up with us. Join the NRA. This is Bob Viden of Bob's Little Sports Shop in Glassboro, New Jersey. You may call us at area code 856-881-7575 or visit us online at bobslittle.sportshop.com.
You can call the Conservative Commandos radio show at 856-227-1360. Your opinion counts at 856-227-1360.
This is Congressman Alan West, and you're listening to the Conservative Commando Radio Show.
And welcome back to the Conservative Commandos Radio Show with Kevin Wade and yours truly, Rick Trader. And program note, if you'd like to hear a replay of today's show at 10:10 this evening, that's Eastern Time, log on to patriotsride.org. That's patriotsride.org. And for a rebroadcast of yesterday's show, if you'd like to hear that at 5 p.m. when our live broadcast ends, please log on to cprworldwidemedia.com. Click on that Listen Live link. And you could also hear a replay of today's show tomorrow afternoon at vigilantlibertyradio.us. And don't forget to check out our websites, conservativecommandosradioshow.com and ccrshow.com. Two different sites, different information on each one of them. Kevin Wade, great to work in the studio with you. This is a treat for me.
It's always good to be in the studio at the same time. This is probably the only second or maybe third time that you and I have been in the studio together. We both support the show. You created the show. You're the show's founder. And I always much enjoy my time with the audience. And the audience, if you're a regular listener Monday through Friday, you know that I and J.D. Manier take over the co-hosting duties on Mondays. But I had an opportunity to come in today, and Rick, it's great to be with you. Great to have you with me, Kevin. Kevin, usually on Monday that you do a rant, as I will call it. Well, I'll call it commentary. Commentary, all right. I think J.D. calls it a rant because he's from Indiana. But I believe you have one prepared for us today. Yeah, in fact, it's a reprise of one from about 2 weeks ago, but I think it deserves being heard again. Anyone not watching CNN knows that there is chaos at the southern border, and that the political elites of the left in Washington are encouraging children, really, to make a long and dangerous journey so that they can be used as tokens and pawns in the partisan political games of distorting what is the meaning of immigration. So they're drawing kids up to the southern border. Many don't make it, and this is really my summary of how I see it playing out and what is going on. Now it involves the kids. A stream of children crossed the southern border in 2011. These were kids, unaccompanied and on their own. That earlier stream is now a flood. Behind the flood, a tsunami is growing. All children. They're leaving small villages and city barrios across Mexico and Central America. Rumors circle in the pueblos. The border is open for kids. It's a harsh journey. It's dangerous for tough-minded, work-hardened men. Many never reach the Rio Grande. For women, it's worse. There's never been any good in this, but now it involves kids. That's too much for decent people to accept or for indecent people to disguise. 6,000 kids were picked up by the Border Patrol in 2011. 6,000. No one knows how many others evaded rescue or simply disappeared. No one knows how many on the road north were taken by human predators or just killed. It's beyond understanding, and it's out of control. It's unimaginable that kids are out on those roads or clinging to the tops of northbound rail cars. The desert at the northern limit gives different dangers. I've spent a lot of time on the edge of that desert. There's no shade from the daytime sun, no water. The cold, a real cold, rises suddenly as the sun sets. The final 100 kilometers to the border is a long way on foot. It's no place for kids. The media doesn't cover scared kids and broken borders. There is an odd silence about any news from the southern border, but that's changing. If you think or pray the situation won't get any worse, too late, it already has. A federal district judge recently wrote, and I quote, "Government has simply chosen not to enforce the border security laws. In the barrios, it's the same message. The borders are open. Now it involves the kids. The youngest found alive so far is 8 years old. This year, 90,000 children are taking their chances. They don't know what they're facing. They're just innocent kids. Next year, 150,000 more are projected to arrive. Entire populations are moving. It's a children's tsunami of suffering, a pilgrimage of despair. Now, what waits here for the journey survivors? Refugee camps for children, tent cities, orphanages under canvas for hundreds of thousands. Is this what America does now? Is this who we are? Who meant to create this? Americans know there is an open wound where once was a secure southern border. That open wound is now septic. For a long time, it's the entry point for drugs, criminals, and the major portal of import for young women tricked, trafficked, and sold for industrial-scale prostitution. All of this worsening under President Barack Obama. It's on his watch. But these are kids, just kids. Is there anyone in Washington authority with a conscience who would feed these rumors about an open border, who would not, for the safety of the children, stop this and get them back to their home countries safely and quickly? How does it end, President Obama? When does it end? In 2 years or in 20 years or never? There are refugee camps around the world that have continued for 60 years. What is your plan? The law requires a secure border. It's to be secure, not a magnet to draw children toward desert marches and tent cities and worse. What we have now is not just bad policy, it's perverse. It's despicable. Leave your hands off these poor kids. Get them home to people who know their names. Get them home before disease breaks out in the camps. Get them home where they can live a normal life. Get them home now. This is not a left or right political issue. This is a right or wrong issue. What's happening is wrong, and it's a disgrace. I ask any congressman and any senator in Washington with a conscience to stand up to the president. All of you need to say, this must stop. You need to do so publicly and clearly. This is not the time to calculate the political odds or wait in the wings. You need to do the right thing, and you need to do it now, because now it involves the kids. I'm Kevin Wade, and that's how I see it.
Kevin, I want to piggyback something on what you just said about our borders. You know, Barack Obama says that, he's very surprised about the kids flooding up from Central and South America. And if you think this sudden flood of illegal immigrant children is spontaneous, think again, Kevin Wade. According to a Help Wanted post on fedbizops.gov, the feds were looking for vendors to help escort unaccompanied alien children in January of this year. The specific vendor requirements state, ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, is seeking the services of a responsible vendor that shares the philosophy of treating all UAC with dignity and respect while adhering to the standard operating procedures and policies that will allow for effective, efficient, and incident-free transport. The policies, the contractor shall provide unarmed escort staff, including management, supervision, manpower, training, certifications, license, drug testing, equipment, and supplies necessary to, get this, Kevin Wade, provide on-demand escort services for non-criminal, non-delinquent, non-accompanied alien children, infants to 17 years of age, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The question, Kevin Wade, is, if no one can explain this flood of these children coming from Central and South America, the question is, how in January did the U.S. government know that up to 65,000 unaccompanied illegal children would be arriving and that they would need escorts?
Well, I don't think our audience necessarily has any trust in what the President of the United States has to say. And we will return. We're coming up on a hard break. You are listening to WNJC 1360 AM. And if you'd like to hear a rebroadcast of today's show at 10:10 this evening Eastern, log on to www.patriotsride.org. I'm Kevin Wade. I'm here with the boss, Rick Trader. You stay with us. We will be right back.
They say I'm crazy, I really don't care. That's my prerogative. They say I'm nasty, but
What does it take to be the leader in production systems technology? To be the one company that solves production problems at any plant, for any product, and with any technology? It takes a 30-year record of success. It takes total mastery of complex technologies with a history of delivering success every time, without fail. Only one company can claim that high ground in manufacturing line optimization, data automation, and systems integration, and that's Philadelphia Control Systems. In factories worldwide, Philadelphia Control Systems programs, software, and engineering solutions deliver optimal performance and output flow with a record that can't be matched. Any plant, any product, any technology. Philadelphia Control Systems, the leader in production automation since 1982. 800-335-9811, PCS4automation.com. That's PCS, the number 4, automation.com.
oh, how I'm longing for the day when I'm back at Orchid Bay, where the silver water glistens in the sun.
When is the last time you raced a small boat across wide open water? Tired of snow, traffic jams, cold weather? You need a refreshing change of scenery, a world away. The Bahama Islands have vacation rental homes and apartments. Enjoy spectacular nature in the Abacos Islands. Enjoy refreshing Caribbean beauty, fishing, snorkeling, scuba, the beach. www.enjoyabaco.com. That's ABACO. Enjoyabaco.com.
As I sail across the sea of Abaco, smiling 'cause I know only one more mile to go.
Enjoyabaco.com.
Hi, this is Bob Vide, owner of Bob's Little Sports Shop in Glasper, New Jersey. I've had the opportunity to travel in many foreign countries, and I've seen what happens to people when they lose their freedom. I wrote this poem. Give us freedom was the cry as they marched throughout the night. At Concord Bridge in Trenton, for freedom they would fight. To build a nation that would last with peace and liberty, it is a job that's never done if we are to be free. They wrote a declaration to announce that we are free, then a constitution for all the world to see. But this is ink on paper. We must make it last. It must always be defended, and that is quite a task. Today the battle rages for freedom in our land. To save our Constitution, we all must take a stand. We must stand up for freedom in our actions every day, and you can stand up with us. Join the NRA. This is Bob Biden of Bob's Little Sports Shop in Glasper, New Jersey. You may call us at area code 856-881-7575 or visit us online at bobslittle.sportshop.com.
The Obama attack on our Constitution continues. Log on to INRASuperPAC.com and join J.D. Bonnier and Christina Lamb and hundreds of Reagan conservative commandos who demand our country return to its founding documents and principles. We are part of the nation's oldest and largest GOP volunteer organization, the National Federation of Republican Assemblies. We register voters, endorse conservative candidates, and dig deep to give you the truth on the big issues. We are fighting to do what Lincoln proclaimed 150 years ago. Let the people know the facts and the nation will be free. Help support the Conservative Commando Radio Show with your donation today. Log on to INRASuperPAC.com. INRASuperPAC.com.
Now hear this. Man your battle stations.
You can call the Conservative Commandos Radio Show at 856-227-1360. Your opinion counts at 856-227-1360.
This is Congressman Alan West, and you're listening to the Conservative Commando Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Conservative Commandos Radio Show with Kevin Wade and yours truly, Rick Trader. And a program note, if you'd like to hear a rebroadcast of today's show at 10:10 this evening Eastern Time, please log on to patriotsrod.org. And for a rebroadcast of yesterday's show at 5 p.m. when we